There is a still town in Pitt County, North Carolina, where the median home price is around $229,000, where you can find a real single family home with a nice backyard and on a street where people actually wave at you. They are very friendly, for less than what most renters, they pay in Greenville, North Carolina, and handing over years after year in rent with showing nothing for them at the end of the year.
And this is about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what part of the area you come from the hospital to the university, to the aerospace jobs, or to the gaming position, which is even closer. And this is basically what we're talking about today is Grifton, North Carolina. And we're going to tell you the honest history of this town, why the money is going in, why money is really a factor what people buy here, what the trade-offs are, because you need to know first-time buyers are making choices based on this kind of information.
Exactly. Therefore, if you have been watching the home prices in Greenville, North Carolina or Winterville, North Carolina, and quietly wondering whether owning still is realistic on your budget, maybe, for example, you're renting now in the area, Greenville, Winterville area, or outside, and every lease renewal setting is a little bit even more. They increase at 5% or 10%. Maybe you work at ECU Health, Thermo Fisher, or you drive to a global Transpark in Kingston, and you're realizing that your paycheck basically can stretch a lot further if you are willing to leave a little bit, a couple minutes down the road.
Or maybe you're looking like my mom did, for a small town where you can have a front porch, elbow room, a backyard, and a community that's like, you still have your single family home, but it's not a numbered unit. And this is really why my mom was drawn to Grifton, North Carolina. And it's really a 10 minutes of driving to get your attention to a really small but growing community. And let's talk about the price. Let's talk about the money.
Exactly. Therefore, this price is so important because one of the reasons that these towns is on the map for many home buyers is actually the price. As you know, in the beginning of the video, we mentioned that the median listing price in Grifton, North Carolina is $229,000. Right next door to the Aden, which is the median sales price or listing price is $316,250. That's roughly itself is $87,000 more difference for just two towns that they are 10 minutes apart.
And they share a high school.
Exactly.
Now, price per square foot in Grifton is $115 to $166, depending on age and condition. But it is really a starting point entry in Pitt County, because most of the active markets in the area are sitting around that 300,000 mark. This is the place where it is affordable still, and the affordability is the market. So that's really what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about the communities again. And also, it's changing for renters. So most properties inside Grifton still qualify for that USDA loan, which means you have 100% financing if you qualify for that program. It is a very specific quote program, but if you qualify, you can do an amazing thing. Now, the biggest wall between renting and owning has always been that down payment. So in Grifton, if you qualify, that wall can be really easily solved.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about how Wyatt lives here. And then you can start building equity quietly, and it's a growing area. Now, let's talk about Wyatt living here.
Therefore, now the part of the listing site cannot show you basically that you see online the town of the Grifton itself. Grifton is one of the smallest town in southern part of the Pitt County, North Carolina. And basically right on NC 11 or North Carolina Highway 11, which is pretty much is a straight shot from Winterville, North Carolina, all the way the southern part of the Winterville, North Carolina.
But if you go on the bypass, you can make it to the medical center. Exactly. Now, basically, this is a place where you're going to have established communities, landscaping has decades to mature, homesteading far enough between, or you have brand new communities being built, sidewalk communities, the edge of town, still under 300,000, and really that's
under 300,
in the 200s really for many places. This is a thing you cannot get a lot of in most Pitt County. But Grifton is a bedroom community. It's a small community.
Exactly. Therefore, if you're just looking at the commute, because that is important for many of you that you're coming for work or you're thinking of the shopping, basically between 20 to 30 minutes on NC11 to Greenville, you pretty much can go to ECU Health. You can go if you're working for Thermo Fisher or Grady White or Boviet Solar, or you're working in the south to Kingston for example, Global Transport or Spirit Auto System, or some of you that we know that you are also part of the health system at UNC of the Health Lenore, or even Electrolux company. Those are really is like in a 20 to 30 minutes for all of those commute for all those people.
You're trading $87,000 for that 10-minute drive. So really that is what people are talking about one by one. Now we're really going to go through the subdivisions that fit under 300,000 that really, and some of them are going to be new and a lot of them are existing as well, to really just kind of talk about these different communities so you can see. So we're going to talk about 5 of them. First one is Country Club Hill. It's been the anchor of town. Homes are about 239 as a medium. They go from a quarter to a half an acre, and really they have a lot of mature landscaping and lower density because it's been around for a while.
The second one is Windermere, which is another established name of community in Grifton, North Carolina. And this community is all about land. Think of the half-acre lot with a single-story living, fenced backyard, and resale prices actually are low to mid 200. And this neighborhood for home buyers that really prefer rather having a big yard respect to having a brand new home.
Now let's talk about newer communities now. So Meadowbrook off Pope Street. This is a very local group. It's being built by a very local builder in the Greenville area. They're building about 39 to 40 lots. They have about a third of an acre each, and they're priced from $229 to $281, and there's no HOA. And when it sells out, and this community will sell out, that's it. And it's very rare to get new construction with a no HOA. The next one is what, which is exciting?
Lane Farm on the North Highland Avenue is the newest chapter. This is a D.R. Horton community just launching, and with the side-wide underground utilities, a smart home feature built in, and starting at the low 200. And it's so new that it has not even hit the MLS yet at the time of this video, which means many home buyers who reach out early get the best pick of the streak with a lot of also incentive that maybe later on is not available.
Now, another one we're talking about is Harris Landing. This one just finished being built out. They were all in the 200s. I think it started like 190 or 180
even.
And it went to like 240. So it's a newer community, a lot of open concept. There is an HOA for the common areas, but basically this is where the resale will start popping up. And when resale happens, people start making a little bit of money, and then they start, other people there. So why did we bring up Grifton? Let's go back to some answers about Grifton. So a lot of questions we get about Grifton: is the town growing, or am I buying a place that's still going to be quiet forever? And honestly, it's growing, and it's being planned deliberately. National and regional buyers are adding new homes. The supply of new construction is under 300,000 is expanding. They are planning about 1,200 new constructions in the area. So buyers are coming from 3 directions: dual income, renters who want to start owning, and relocators who are just looking for a modest home where their money can just hold further. What's another one?
And who actually lives in Greenville, North Carolina? Grifton, North Carolina. Basically working people, which is most of the population. Grifton sits between 2 job markets, so your neighbor's clock in the hospital or at the university in Greenville, or Trans Park, for example, in Kingston, basically, or other areas in Greenville.
And there's also a part of the town where there's a lot of commuters who just decided they want to start building equity and stop renting. So what's the catch? You're going to see that you're not going to have a lot of big box shopping. You're not going to have a lot of, there's some choices of dining out. You're going to have to kind of drive a little bit for your dining experience. But if you need to be 5 minutes from everything, Grifton is just not going to be for you. You have to know that. But if you're willing to grind, but you want your own front porch, you want your own yard, you want to stay in a budget, and you're willing to drive 10 minutes to something, then Grifton might be the choice for you.
Exactly. Now let's talk about what is the market reality, is the housing market reality at the time of video, and how fast you need to move in the market of Grifton, North Carolina. One more thing that you should know before you fall in love with this idea, Grifton, North Carolina, basically what does it look like?
It looks sleepy on paper, where median days can go 60 to 100, but that's not really telling you the real story, because there's a lot of, as I said, new construction. So when the home is priced right, it goes pending faster, 21 to 45 days. So the good ones don't wait around, and yes, you are competing with new in the area. So you want to continue, or you want me to do it?
You continue.
Now, as we told you, there's a lot of neighborhoods that are pre-existing, but we know two that are just coming, or they have active listings, or they have active listings coming. So the buyer who knows what they want, and when they're looking for the right price at the right time, this is something that might actually work for you. It's just small town America where affordability is still there. So if you're buying your first home, or you're looking for just a place where it's not that expensive that you can have your own place, or you're just looking, like my mom, she didn't want to spend a lot of money, and she wanted a yard, and she wanted her own house because she was not into, buying anything closer to the city and being in there. Maybe that's you. So if you're professional, you don't mind commuting because you just want some house and some yard and breathing room, then that makes sense for you. So
exactly. Therefore, Grifton in Pitt County, North Carolina, as my wife said, if you're looking at a quiet neighborhood and you don't mind to drive a little bit more and you want to still stay on your budget, comfortable in 200 range, that could be an option for you. Anyway, we are Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent serving in Greenville, Winterville, and Pitt County, North Carolina. We love to connect with you in this home buying journey or home selling journey. Please call us or